Welcome to Pepper Tree Seasonings. Today we are going to be cooking a round roast. It's just a piece of beef, not too expensive, but nice for a nice dinner party, something like that. First thing you kind of want to do is cut off a little bit of the excess fat. You want to leave some of it on there, but we're going to cut just a little bit off. So depending on the type of meat you buy for this cut.
And if this was a tri-tip, you'd probably leave a little bit more. I like to leave a good 1/8 of an inch on a tri-tip and start cooking it with the fat side up and then switch it over halfway down. But on this one, we're going to take off, I'd say good most of that. And then we're going to be able to season it up. So the way we want to do this is we want to get a olive oil and go ahead and spray this. We got a little bit more fat on this side we can take off. Okay.
And we're going to be using the Ain't No Bull seasoning on this.
So you want to give it a good coating, even coating of olive oil all the way around.
These spray olive oils that are like 100% extra virgin olive oil are great to use.
Makes it very easy, very convenient. So, and we're gonna sprinkle a good amount. Make it liberal.
Rub it in real good.
Rub it in real good. And you know, we always say a little goes a long way, but on these thicker cuts of meat, it's okay to get the outside more encrusted because that's gonna give more flavor to the center cut. When you finally cut into it and start eating that, you'll have a lot more meat that doesn't have spice on it. So it's okay to have the exterior of this roast with a little bit of extra spice on that so that it gets distributed afterward.
Yep, and what you're going to want to use is just a normal roasting pan. Doesn't have to be anything exciting. You do want to make sure you have some kind of a rack inside. It doesn't have to look like this. It can just be a flat, just something to raise the meat up off of the bottom. We don't want it sitting in its own juices.
So this is pretty good. You got a good amount on there now, and what that's going to look like is just a really nice even coating, and it's just going to look really pretty. So now that we have this nicely seasoned, we're going to go ahead and place it in the roasting pan. And what we're going to do is we're going to place it fatty side up, and what we're going to do is we're going to let it sit for a little while the oven preheats to 350. We want it to kind of get closer to room temperature so it cooks more evenly.
So now that our oven is preheated, we're going to go ahead and place this in on the center rack. Now we want this to be...
No, well, here, we're cooking it so that it's... beef takes about 15 to 18 minutes, give or take, per pound. That's about a 4.5 pound roast. So we're figuring about 60 minutes to 75 minutes. But we don't want to necessarily go based on time alone because everything from your altitude to settings on your oven that could be off, that would affect the temperature range and the cooking time. So the best way to do that is to use an Insta-Read thermometer or a meat thermometer and get a core temperature reading. And we want to cook this particular roast to medium rare, which is going to be about 135 Fahrenheit. So we're going to go ahead and check this in about half an hour. We're going to flip it over and let it cook the rest of the way, and we're going to start checking it at about 60 minutes. All right, so the roast is about halfway done, and what we're going to do is we're going to rotate it. And then we're going to cook it for another half an hour, and then we're going to check the temperature. It's been about an hour now. We're going to check the temperature. Now, I already know that it's not going to be done yet, but the point is that we want to start checking it a little early to make sure that it doesn't go over 135, because you can't uncook meat. So we want to make sure that we get it early and make sure we know where it's at. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to put it into the center of the thickest part of the meat. And then we're going to just make sure that we're getting close to 135. All right, it's counting. So it's showing me it's close to about 105 right now. Once it starts getting up over the 100 range like that, the meat starts cooking a lot faster. So I'm guessing we have maybe another 15-20 minutes to go. We're going to come back then and check it one more time. So we checked the roast at 60 minutes and we determined that it needed some more time. So now we're back, it's 15 minutes later, and we're going to check the temperature one more time. All right, we're very close to 135. I'm going to go ahead and take it out now. Now with these thicker pieces of meat, it does cook a little bit more toward the center after you bring it out of the oven. For probably 10-15 minutes, it's going to continue to rise the core temperature. So if we want it to be about 135, you can take it out a little bit earlier. This will probably end up being about 140 core temperature after it's been sitting. All right, folks, that's it. That's how you make the perfect roast. It's absolutely easy to do, and it took us very little time. The majority of the time was just in cooking. So thank you for coming and checking out this video at peppertreeseasonings.com, and we hope you come back to see more of our videos and tutorials, and we'll see you then. Thank you.